Okay, so my list of favorite things in April is probably going to be very small because did I really have that many favorite things this month?
You like my hair, she thinks she's bought it. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it, yeah, I want it, I got it.
Hello everybody, Nora back again. So yes, my favorite things in April. I think we should just start with the books, my favorite books I read this month, which is firstly God's Grave by J. Kristoff. Now, if you saw my March favorites, you know that the very first book in the series, that's Nevernight, made it to my March favorite because like I said, I love assassins, and the writing in this is just so well done, and I just love how much further we went with Mia's character in this book and how much stronger she got, and the fact that we were taken along that journey and it wasn't like we just were cheated out of seeing the end results. For those of you that have not read Nevernight series, it's all about this girl who joins this elite school of assassins in order to get vengeance against the people that were responsible for the death and destruction of her family. So it's vengeance driven. She becomes an assassin, she becomes a gladiator. Like, there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of gay, there's a lot of everything I love in a book, all rolled into one, because Mia Cover is bae and I would die for her. The second favorite books I read this month is like an old reread. That is, I read Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Now, also in last month's favorite, in March's favorite video, I did mention, like, I showed you all the books because like they were one of my favorite bookish purchase in March, and now I've started with the reread and I'm in love again. I miss this world, I miss these characters, I love them so much. Like, if it is that you're still somewhere in this planet and you have no idea what Harry Potter is about, which I'm like, seriously, it's all about this boy who suffered years of abuse and then finds out on his birthday that he's a wizardary, and he gets to go to Hogwarts where he makes friends, he finds his family, like he finds family within the wizarding world, and he has to battle this big evil. Like, it's magical, it's fun. At least the very first set of books. By the time you get older, by the time it gets like further along in the series, it gets darker, and that is where you're like, J.K. Rowling, why? But also, thank you. My next favorite item from April is this magnetic necklace. Now, if you saw my April Illumicrate box, you would understand, or you would recognize this necklace, and then you'd be like, but wait, hold up, Noria, wasn't there a Rhysand, magnetic coin that, placed on top of this and became the full necklace? Yes, there was, and unfortunately, I went to a party, I did a lot of dancing, it dropped, I did not notice until like after I'd gotten home, and that is how I lost the coin. I'm very sad, I'm very depressed, because that coin was like easily my favorite thing in that box, and like I'm so sad because, like I said in my March favorite video, Rhysand is bae, and I was so happy for a short period of time. He took up prime spot right here, and now he's gone, and I just feel empty. But the reason why this still makes my favorite list is because the base itself is magnetic, and Illumicrate did mention the fact that they will be sending out magnetic coins as we go along. They're collectible pins, they're character pins, which means that every magnetic coin I get will still be able to go on this base. So this base is just like, it gives me a revolving, constantly changing necklace game, and I'm happy about that. It makes me very happy. So yes, definitely a favorite of the month. Let's talk movies. I have seen Avengers Endgame so far. I've seen it twice. Yeah, I saw it twice in April. I intend to see it again this weekend. Like, I'm psyched and I'm pumped. I enjoyed that movie. I love that movie. It was a perfect conclusion to 22 movies. That's 10, 11 years of movies, 22 movies, and like, I am in awe at the awesomeness / magnificence that is Marvel, and I'm just really thankful that I exist in this era where all my favorite comic characters are on screen and they are being done well. Although, you know what, not all of them were being done well, because what happened with Black Widow, Natasha is bae, and I'm still slightly pissed because, she's been paid dust throughout most of the franchise, throughout most of the MCU, and it just, I don't want to get into it, but yes, I loved the movie. I loved the fact that it was funny, and I love the fact that it was heart-wrenching and heartwarming. Like, I cried every single time I've gone to see Endgame at the cinemas. I have cried, like big bawling tears, like big bawling tears, and I know I will continue crying every damn time I go, because it's just it's a good movie. It's a great movie, especially if you're a fan of the MCU. There are so many Easter eggs and so many calls to all these old characters, like the Mind. Amazing. My only problem again was also the fact that they turned Thor into a joke because he was depressed and he had gained weight. Like, I was pissed about that. So yes, other than the part with Thor and Natasha, I really loved it, but I would still recommend everybody go see it, especially if you're a fan of the MCU, because they delivered. Yes, so favorite TV show. For the longest time, I thought April was going to be like, oh my god, I was going to pick a Game of Thrones. Like, I'm going to have like a wide array of amazing Game of Thrones episodes to pick from, because I am a GOT fan. But the mess they are making of this season, no. Hard no. I am offended and insulted, because they are slowly changing these characters and they are not like the... There's no explanation for the rapid change, and I know they're trying to make it short and cram things up, but that's the thing. When you do not set enough of a groundwork for why this character are suddenly acting the way they are, it does not make sense when they react and act the way they do, and it's just like, it's insulting to my intelligence. Like, I'm really insulted. Like, hell no. I am so fucking pissed. So no outstanding TV shows, no amazing TV shows, which is sad, because I also thought The Magicians would make it, but that season finale, I am offended. I am heartbroken. I put up this video on Twitter, which, by the way, if you're not following my Twitter, you can check it out down in the description below. It's at Noria the Reader. But I was bawling on Twitter because when I finally watched the finale, I'm like, why? I deserve better. Why? This is a show. You all know how much I love this show. The Magicians is one of my favorite book to TV show adaptation show. I'm still offended, but shout out to Miller for sending me the 3 books in the Magicians trilogy. That's The Magician, The Magician King, and The Magician's Land. I cannot wait to buddy read it with her, because, and like, you know, just try and get rid of the heartbreak that was The Magician season 4 episode 13. And finally, my favorite album that dropped in April has to be BTS's Map of the Soul Persona album. Like, that album is bae. You know, the minute I heard Boy With Love, I was like, oh my mama, I was just like, this is the content I live for, I want, right? But then initially I thought Boy With Love was going to be my absolute favorite song in the album. But then I heard Jamais and I'm like, damn. Between the meaning, the vocals, like, ballads get me, especially when they're like, you know, interspaced with rap. Like, I love that album. It's just, it's amazing. It's bae. I love it. I cannot stop listening to it, which is funny because initially I was listening to Blackpink's Kill This Love EP, and that was like what was constantly playing, and then Persona just came and just knocked it, and I'm like, bae, that album is bae. But yes, those are my April favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. Check out my other videos, subscribe if you want to. I make new videos every Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I will see you soon. Until then, stay passionate, love books, love yourself, and do not forget, I love you 3000. Bye.
My smile is beaming, my skin is gleaming, yeah, the way it shine, I know you've seen it, I bought